All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. As you can see in the title, you need divine intervention or you will die. Okay, and I put emphasis on the will and die. Okay, because we just watched a video, all right, which I just uploaded on my channel called Project Zephyr. Okay, Zephyr. So like the Project Zephyr extermination. Okay, which is there was a man by the name David Goldberg, I believe that was his name, David Goldberg, who he had inside information. Basically, I believe he was one of the insiders, but he had information, classified documents, from the White House, so on and so forth, going into their plans. All right, they had Project Pogo, they had Project Zephyr. Okay, and Project Zephyr is basically going into the extermination, all right, the mass extermination, the blackouts, all right, and then the using the blackout as a smoke screen to come. See, the whole, when we mentioned they come into your house at 4 a.m. and they come and they take you out your house so they kill you, guess what? That's part of a big operation that they're planning, all right, to bring about. And a lot of people are going to die because a lot of people are unaware, number one, and number two, they don't have understanding on what to do when that happens. Okay, right now we're in a siege. Okay, we are in a siege. The enemy is besieging you, and that's why they have you in your house. Okay, and very soon, what happens in the siege? They cut off food and water supplies. They cut off the essentials you need. So next thing you know, the comfortability of your home becomes a desperate situation that you want to get out of. All right.
Gone. And yes, this is something that we Spirit we've been talking about for years, man. All right, now we see, they're doing preparations. A lot of people have been bringing out a lot of information about how they're sending all these army weapons around the states, man. All right, we brought that out yesterday when we were doing the video. All right, but we keep seeing more and more of it. All right, a lot more people going out, sneaking out. All right, and looking at things. And then the reason why they told everybody to stay home is because throughout the night, when everybody's home and shit, they turn off all these highway surveillance cameras, and then they be transporting all these different artillery weapons, man, these tanks and all these different things, all right, throughout the states, man. All right, so when people at home, they say, oh, there's a curfew, you can't go out at a certain time, this and that and the third. Well, apparently the virus only works during the nighttime, so everybody can't be outside during the nighttime. All right, in the daytime you can do essential work and all that, but if you're caught at a certain time after dark, hey, you're gonna have a ticket. All right, so they're pushing for that scare tactic, and now they got everybody at home, so they could get people off the streets, people out the way. They're doing all these so-called construction work, which they've been doing for years. I remember every time we see it, we'll be like, yo, why are they doing all these construction work? Because they're getting the roads ready for those heavy tanks to be running back and forth and shit like that. Okay, so they've been preparing things going around for years, and now it's time for them to start provoking the people so they could have the chance to come in and raid you. Okay, so Operation Zephyr, all right, goes into how they have people. We always talked about it for years. All right, the red list, the yellow list, the blue list, all these different lists. All right, and when you have that mark, that X in front of your building, it's clipped, man. They come in, no questions asked, no answers given. Your ass is grass at that point. Mm-hmm. All right, and that's why we said without divine intervention, you're gonna be mowed down, man.
Yeah, there's even us. Look, man, even us from the elders and apostles on down. At the end of the day, we men. Okay, right. Without divine intervention, without the Lord stepping in to intervene, there's no way you're gonna physically survive this, man. Right. Okay, if you think that you're gonna outrun these troops or you think that it doesn't matter, man. You could bench press 10,000. You're no match for Esau's weapons without the Lord stepping in. Okay, and now that they got this witch demon, I forgot her name. What's her name?
There's Marina Abramovich.
The Marina Abramovich up in there. Guess what? You know that they're not doing it's not just on the physical sense. They're doing that. Give me that Ephesians. Okay, they're doing that spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Okay, they're the same way before we do something, we pray so we can have the divine push behind it to make it work. They do the same thing on the left-hand side. Mm-hmm. All right, and now you can see them shifting for that push. Right. Okay, now they're talking about a reopening plan, and that's all going to be based on you. That's how they're going to play it. Now the projects, they have Project Pogo, all right, which was a track, tag, and I forgot.
TTID,
TTID?
track, tag,
And identify.
Identify.
Yes. Which what they're doing is they have these disinformation channels.
Right.
Okay, you have he mentioned Alex Jones, Christopher Green or Adam Green, one of those. Yeah. Okay, and they're basically channels that come out and they're like alternative news, and they do push truth. All right, they will tell you true information, but they're part of working for the elites, because what they do is they see, okay, we're going to put this truth out here and see who is attracted to it, who's going to come and listen, and whose mind is being who's waking up, who has the potential to wake up based on the truth that they're hearing.
Right.
That means that they're a threat. If you see, let's say, Alex Jones' channel, when he brings out certain information on the government, so on and so forth, and you're like, oh, that's just crap, I don't believe that's conspiracy theories, then you're quote unquote fine. But if you see it and you start thinking, oh, that might be true, then you like, then you subscribe, then you leave a comment, they can track you. Okay, this person is a potential threat because they have the capability of waking up to this. They believe what he's saying. Though we set him up, we used it to bait you in. Now we can track you and we can tag you and we can identify you. We know where you live. We track your IP address, okay, and we know where you live, and we can come get you. We know who to get during the Project Cypher.
All right, and it's all controlled opposition. All right, so a lot of these things. Remember, Esau has everything covered. Scriptures tell you the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Now we can go into a whole lot of departments and all these different. There's a reason why America is known as the greatest country, most powerful country on earth. It's not because they're powerful above everybody else. These Iranians about to fuck America very soon. The Russians are about to fuck America very soon. But again, all of these things are underneath the vibration of Esau. So every department there is, like the Secret Services, the CIA, FBI, NSA, all these different, DHS, all these different departments, they have top class, top elite people in these departments, man. Like the top of the crop. That's why you go to school. Students who are into like the CSI classes and all that stuff, those students are bred in a certain way. And you got to understand they have something called MK Ultra. Now, MK Ultra goes into them being able to control people's minds, man. They do something called disassociating and all that. They could break your spirit. All right, they could decide, all right, when you're born, this baby here, we could use him for a sex slave. We could use him for the mental capabilities to support the government. All right, something called government continuation. All right, or continuation of government, COG. All right, they have all that. They have the Delta team, which is people that they breed so they could be part of their secret services, man. So you have the president walking around and you see all these men in black and they have their shades on. They're not regular people. These are specially trained people for years that they've gone through shit. You got people who could swim 800 meters underwater, 25 minutes underwater, just swimming, like crazy shit like that. Things that they've done for years, man. They break their spirit and then they put a certain type of spirit in them. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, the brother mentioned earlier about Marina Abramovich. You got to understand right now, from here on out till May 1st, which it's a huge high satanic day for these devils, man. All right. Because you go back to May 1st, 1776 is when they Adam Weishaupt founded the Illuminati. All right. So-called Illuminati. All right. But it's all Freemasonry and all these devilish activities, man. And being that we're in the year 2020, they have this Agenda 2021, Agenda 21. They want to establish everything about the New World Order this year into next year.
Yeah, this is going to be the work to have it done by next year.
Exactly. The groundwork. They've already laid down the groundwork. Now it's time to kick in the motion. Mm-hmm. And the motion has already been kicked in. Mm-hmm. That's why everybody's locked down right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is all part of that Orwellian agenda that they've been had, man. This is something that people have been talked about for years. Mm-hmm. But every time they brought it out, people say, oh, it's conspiracy. Oh, this doesn't make sense. Oh, they would never do that. You need to understand these elites, these higher up elites, they're not regular people. There's a reason why the scriptures calls them the devil. All right. They're not regular people. They don't think like us. They don't have something called empathy and sympathy, man. If you have empathy and sympathy, you don't get to be in those positions. Mm-hmm. People who are in those higher up positions are blood drinking, flesh eating devils, man. Mm-hmm. Okay. They do these things. They do all these rituals, satanic rituals, and it's on a high level. Okay. And we're going to bring our precept on that. Paul wasn't kidding when he talked about that, man. Oh, yeah. And the reason why they brought Bill Gates brought in Marina Abramovich, that bitch, she's a high level satanic demon. You can see the moment you look at her picture, you know she's a demon, man. She's a witch. All right, high level witch, man. And Lady Gaga even came out and talked about that. All right, so they do all these seances. She was all talking about spirit cooking, all these. Lord willing, I might get into that. I might do a video on that just for edification. But they have it out there. Okay, they have all these things out there. This is all witchcraft. Okay, it goes into voodoo and all these different things, man. This is real shit.
That's
Okay,
her.
that's her right there.
See you, bros. Can see
Look
it.
at her face, man. You know, Marina Abramovich, man, and Bill Gates just brought her in to do a little commercial, basically introducing that whole virtual reality bullshit. All right, and the reason why they're bringing her out is because they're about to tell you that, look, we're doing some satanic rituals behind closed doors from now all the way till May 1st. So from here on out, you got to pay attention and see what's about to happen. If you think of, oh, well, you know, this and that and the third, well, first of all, look, they understand that the men of the Lord, the spiritual power is starting to brew. It's starting to come in. And they know exactly who's going to be having that spiritual power because these witches tell them these things, man. Okay? So we on the right-hand side, the Lord is about to bless us with that spiritual power to combat these devils. So they have to what? Start getting into their left-hand side power, man.
Hey, well, like we said about provoking miracles with faith. Well, guess what? Like Apostle Ramlab always says, they got to make their moves so the Lord can checkmate them. So now that they're trying to step things up, the Lord isn't going to just leave us out here. The scripture said in Isaiah 59:19 that when they shall come in like a flood, they have to make their move first before the Lord. See, the Lord is going to counterattack them. All right. He's not going to attack first, but he's going to counterattack them. So when they come and the odds seem like there's nothing we can do, that's when the Lord is going to turn the tables, man. Here it is. They come into your house and you're in an apartment. The door is literally, the hallway is full of troops. The staircase is full of troops. Outside, you're surrounded. Okay. And guess what? Now they're ready to kick down your door. They kick down your door and they run up in there. Like if you see a flood, all right, going into houses, the water goes everywhere. It goes up the stairs. It goes into houses. It goes anywhere there's space. The water goes in there and it destroys everything. All right. So when that time comes and they got guns and all these things, and it's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, and what are you gonna do? You can't jump out your window. What are you gonna do? At that point, the Lord is gonna put that divine. He's gonna divinely intervene some way, somehow, for you to survive that. Because trust me and believe. Trust the scriptures, man. If the Lord doesn't intervene on your behalf, you're not going to survive. You're not gonna make it, man. Okay, it's impossible.
It's impossible, Con. Hey, and that's why we have faith in the Most High, man. Because we sit here, we even talk about it. We talk about how, hey, when they pull up, man, what we gonna do? We're not gonna jump out the window. We live like on the high floors, man. We're not jumping out the window or whatever. Hey, the Lord could do it. We could jump out the window. Who knows? All right. But at that point, it's fight or flight. If you don't have the Lord on your side, you're dead. Ain't no fight, no flight. And you're dying at that point. Okay. But we know that because why? Because they show you these things in the movies. It's called predictive programming. But now, guess what? The whole world is finally realizing that everything that these men, these bum niggas, these Israelites in the corner, everything like that, guess what? Everything they were saying is true. The truth is finally out. And now it's like, oh, man, I can't believe this. Well, it's too late. America is done. All right. You're not going to get your sovereignty back. You're not getting your freedoms back. They finally took away your so-called liberties, so-called rights that you thought you had. They took it all away. All right. Now they're going to make you seem like, oh, well, you know, in a few months, everything's going back to no.
They want you to be in peace and safety.
That's it. There you go. Now, let's get this quick precept. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6. I'm going to start off at 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.
Be strong in the Lord. Don't be strong in your own might. Be strong in the Lord, man.
All right.
Have that comfort knowing the Lord is with you.
And in the power of his might. Now, this is an example will be who? King David. All right. When he saw Goliath and the whole nation was trembling, what did he say? He's like, you let this uncircumcised heathen come talk this shit? You know what I'll be doing to lions and bears, man? Yo, let me at this nigga.
Get a piece of him.
Let me get this nigga. He went to Saul and they were like, yo, this kid right here. Well, if you say you got it, go ahead, man. You know, and he had faith in the Most High, so he took care of business. All right. Now, the rest of the nation, they knew about the Most High, but they didn't have faith. They were scared. They were scared of the physical appearance and how gigantic this motherfucker was. But David looked at him through the spirit like, yo, you a tiny demon for me. All right. And these devils know that. They know King David, the spirit of King David is back here again because the Lord is raising up the house of David, man. You go back and you read about the valiant men who are known as the mighty men of valor. Those men were ripping heads off. And those men are back here again. Those same spirits are back here again. You see it all the time. All right. So Esau knows that. And that's why they have all these different super soldiers. There's MK Ultra bugged out, all kinds of crazy ass military stuff that is unheard of before. Grade A weapons, all types of shit. All because men of the Lord, you see men, raggedy ass niggas in the corners.
They don't see us like that.
They don't see us like that because these satanic witches on high levels tell them who we are. Like, yo, that guy right there, he's this person coming back. Oh, this person is this and that coming back.
Yeah,
they know that.
Well, if the witch of Endor was able to summon up Samuel's spirit, they have those arts, those dark arts. Yes, it works, but it's wicked. And they can do that, and they can literally look at you through your eyes, look at your videos, and they can tell the Rothschilds, you see that guy right there? That's Paul right there. Or you see that man right there? That's Isaiah. That's this man right here. Okay, so they know, okay, when we go in for the attack, we have to be cautious when dealing with certain areas. Okay, because there's high frequencies in certain areas that they track.
Right.
Okay, now like the brother mentioned, King David was strong in the might of the Lord, because he didn't go there when he talked about how he slew that lion, all right, to save that sheep. He wasn't saying it because I went and did it. He said, well, he did it because the Lord was with him. And that the same way the Lord was with him to deliver him from that lion, the Lord is going to be with him to deliver him from Goliath.
Right.
You know?
And the Lord's going to be with us to deliver us from these Edomites, man.
That's right.
All right. Continue. Says what? Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay, now the devil is not just talking spiritually, also physically. Okay, because we know through the scriptures what the devil is talking about. Esau, Edom.
Yeah, his physical counterpart.
His physical counterpart. Now, a lot of people don't believe that. When you talk about the devil, they say, "Oh, you tell white people are devils." Not just every white person. We're talking about Edomites, because you still have white-looking people who are actually Israelites, man. All right, and they're actually part of the elect. You're gonna see light-skinned.
Drake's son,
exactly. Drake's son, Blake Griffin's son. You know what I'm saying? Logic. All these people, they look white, all right? And carnal-minded people be like, nah, he ain't black. He not part of us, man. You're an idiot. Lord willing, if those people are part of the elect, you might be thinking, oh, you know what? Especially you Israelites who actually teach this truth and don't get that concept. You won't be standing in the corners teaching for all these years, and the Lord might just bring in some Drake-looking guy at the last hour, and then he kick your ass out. And you'd be like, damn, man, like, oh man, oh my God. It's so easy, you know? But the whole point is this. You're going to have different shades of Jake all over the place. It's all part of the Lord's play on the minds of the world, man. And only the spiritual men who are the elect are going to understand these things, because at the end of the day, we're going to be the rulers and the judges of this earth. So we need to be able to judge righteous judgment. We can't judge according to appearance. What did the Lord say about that? He said, judge righteous judgment. Okay, so that's part of judging righteous judgment, knowing who's who. Okay, and we understand through the Spirit, because we're spiritual men, that these devils have planned something for years. And every single time we came out, we talked about it, we were scoffed at, we were laughed at, oh, you guys are crazy, this and that. And did we stop? No, we did not. We kept on going. And now the truth has been made manifest throughout the whole entire earth, and has woken up so many people. Esau said, you know what? We can't do this no more. We got to get them all.
Yeah, they revised Project Zephyr 3 times, man. Okay, because the rate at which people were waking up, it was too much.
Right.
You know, so they're like, well, all right, let's plan and do. Oh, it's too much. So there's times when they wanted to set things off, but then they realized, no, it's not ready yet. We need to amp this up, because people are waking up. It's too many people. Now, read that verse again that you read. I looked up the word.
Yeah, I want to get a quick research.
Come.
There's a book of Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. It says, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, okay, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. So we are the representatives of Yahushua Hamashiach on this earth today. Because if he was here on this earth, he would be amongst us, man. Those men, the elders and apostles of GMS on down, everyone who follows in those footsteps, that's where Yahushua is at. Okay, through the Spirit, Yahushua is working with those men. He's working with us. And we believe that. That's why we keep going out there and doing our things. And guess what? We're putting our lives on the line, because we see what's happening, but we have faith in the Lord, man. If he wasn't working with us, we wouldn't be doing this. Okay?
Yeah, we're on the red list. We're on the list of going there and kill him. Not going there and put him in FEMA. Going there and kill him.
Right.
But we're not losing our minds.
We're not. We're actually rejoicing. Okay, like it says in Revelation. Continue, it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Why? Because Yahushua told us what? I send you forth a sheep in the midst of wolves. Okay, so we're not out here boasting like, oh yeah, we're gonna have spiritual power. Let's do this. No, we don't know who's gonna have the spiritual power. We just have faith in the Lord and understand the times that we're in. Everything is set in the appointed time. When the time is right to get that spiritual power, he's going to give that spiritual power. We believe that. Okay, so it's going to happen. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. Yeah. All right.
Hey, don't fear when they make their move. They have to make their move for the Lord to checkmate them.
That's it.
You know?
That's it. Verse 16 says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Okay, what days are we talking about? These days.
Right.
They got the whole world on lockdown. You think they're going to relinquish it and try it again next time? Fuck no. This is it. This is their chance to push for that new world order. They will not let people out until they get what they want. You understand? And that what they want starts with the killing of a lot of people, making examples of a lot of people. It's not no more consent. It's by conquest.
Right.
All right. What you got?
Khan, back to the precept that you had before. Read that verse again.
Right. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Hey, that's the spirit. I looked up the word wiles, right? And in the Greek, it's methodai. And it says the TDNT reference is 5 semicolon 102, comma 666. It says the definition is cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery. And that's why the scriptures say we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, because the whole armor of the Most High is going to protect us from their plans, their legislations, the things that they plan to do. We don't fall for that. Right. They're not going to bait us into that, man. Now, you have, it says here, Northeast governors forming council to guide reopening of economy in direct challenge to Trump.
Right. Hey, guess what? They do these things to play on the minds of the people. They have no plans on relinquishing any type of regular life. You're not going to get these things. These are what? Hopeful words they use so you can get what? You can stay calm. Oh, you know what? They're actually working to open the government. All right, cool. It's just a matter of time. No. They just do these things just so you can stay calm. When the time is right, they're going to run into your house and then take you out. That's what's going to happen. Again, the script has been written out, and we're just telling you what's going to happen. There's nothing special about it. The Lord has given it to certain men to see and to give out the word. That's what we're called seers at the end of the day. We're prophets. Okay, we know that. And guess what? The prophecies have been laid out. We've been saying it, and now it's happening. Right. Everybody's like, oh, yo, bro, y'all got the truth. Oh, this and that. No, bro, it's clipped now. It's over. If you ain't part of this, if you're not part of the elect, it's over for you. Anyway, let's keep
real quick. Yeah, look, don't get it. We don't tell you what's gonna happen as though we're making it happen. No. We're telling you what we've seen is gonna happen. Right. So when you say, well, what if it doesn't happen like that? It's not us saying this is what we're gonna make happen. We're telling you this is what we saw happened and it's going to happen and you're gonna see it. All right, that's all we're doing.
All right. And then you got people saying, well, hey, I'm gonna pray so it doesn't happen. Well, it's prophecy. It will happen. How about this? How about you pray so the Lord gives you the spirit of courage and strength to go through it?
Right.
That's a reasonable thing to do. That's like saying, it's about to rain. I'm going to pray so it stops raining. Bro, it's going to rain. Or I'm going to pray so tomorrow doesn't come. Tomorrow will inevitably come. So when tomorrow comes, what you going to do? You're going to just go back to yesterday? You can't. You have to deal with it.
If it's going to rain, you get an umbrella. Don't say, oh, I don't want it to rain. You get an umbrella. And you know what they're going to do, man? I'll let you read this. They're gonna say, now it's up to you. They're gonna turn it on the people now as an excuse, because if they were to say, oh, we're gonna reopen it, no, there's one thing. You see, oh yes, we're so close. It's 99.9, but there's a 0.1 thing that we just have left. We need to make sure that it's safe.
That's it.
So now it's up to how well the people cooperate with getting tested for antibodies and getting vaccinated. The sooner you get vaccinated, the sooner we can let you out there.
Right.
And Cuomo's good at saying that. He'll come up on there and say, hey, it's up to you. You know, the sooner you get vaccinated, the sooner we can open this up. We're waiting on you now. And that's how they're going to do it, man.
And they're going to get a lot of people. Verse 12, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, okay, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So yes, when we talk about, we bring out Bohemian Grove, when we talk about the Bilderberg meetings, when we talk about these devils doing witchcraft, there's something they have called adrenochrome. Okay, that's when they drink the people's blood. What they do is, especially happens around California and stuff like that, they blindfold somebody. The victims, people that go missing out of nowhere, what they do is that they blindfold people, and then they scare them. They put them in the dark at night, and then they start chasing them, making all these weird ass ghostly witchcraft noises. You scared out your mind. And then what they do is they kill you and they chop your head off, and then they drink your blood right away. That adrenaline rush that comes out, your spirit that comes out, they drink that. And that's what they call it, adrenochrome, man. So adrenaline from your chromosomes. I guess that's what they want to go with it. Okay. But these devils are sick like that. And we bring this information out because the Lord said what? He's going to uncover, he's going to bring out the truth. Okay. So these devils end up telling themselves. Sometimes they show you in the movies. You watch this movie, Eyes Wide Shut. That's a literal ritual that they do. Okay. They do these things. These are real shit that they do. Okay. Because they are the devils that the Bible speaks of, man. The Rothschilds, I was reading something about them years ago. They actually have at their dinner table. All right, these Rothschilds, they actually have at the dinner table, they have a seat that they chant the spirit of Satan to come and sit in that seat, man. And as they have dinner, they talk to that motherfucker. All right, ain't that some shit? The Queen of England, the so-called Queen of England, she bathes in baby blood. Okay, she bathes in baby blood to keep her skin young. Can you imagine that shit? They drink blood, they eat flesh. All right, there's a reason why she smells like sulfur. All right, and that's a disgusting ass smell, man. She got next to a horse. And the horse started to go wild, buck crazy, man. And animals sense spirits, man. Okay? So that so-called royal family, you look at Prince, I don't know if his name Prince Henry or Harry, whatever.
Something.
Yeah, one of them princes, whatever, so-called princes, man, the dukes. You know,
Dukes
you see exactly. You see their faces, man. You be like, damn, these devils look disgusting, man. How the fuck are they still even alive? You know, their pores looking disgusting and shit like that. Because they get into these demonic rituals, man. They are demons on this earth, all right, and they're going to prey on the fear of these people because the fear is what they drive off of that. That shit turns them on. They love that shit. Okay, so you have all these so-called terrorist attacks that happens because they thrive off of the fear of the people. It's energy to them. Okay, and that's why the Lord said, "What? Don't fear any of these things, man. Fear none of those things that might come to you, man." All right, the Lord is with you. Who the fuck could be against you?
That's right.
All right, but a lot of people don't have faith in the Lord. You have faith in the wrong Lord, and that's what's going to betray you, man. You have faith in what so-called Jesus Christ and God. Well, guess what? They got that shit on lock because they created that concept. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua was never created by the so-called white man, and that's why they're afraid of us, man. Because we believe in the true power, heavenly power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, who was causing terrors on all these nations back in the ancient times, man. And Esau Edom knows that. And we're back here again to bring back that spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and put that spirit back here on earth. And when Yahushua comes down, it's going to be fully established, man. And they know that and they're afraid. But guess what? It's inevitable. It's prophecy. It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. Just watch. All right? Let's finish. Continue. It says what? Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Okay, so what? We have to put on the whole armor of the Most High, which is this truth, man. And it goes by the number one thing is what? Faith. Okay, because we're doing the works, but if you don't have faith, you're going to die, man. All right, if you don't have faith, they will do away with you. You get to that point where you start, oh man, I don't know what, you're done. This is not the time to be second guessing me. Am I in the truth? Should I maybe I'm just, no. Maybe it's not going to work in this time. You have to take a side and you have to stand firmly, man. It's either you die for something or you're just going to die for nothing, man. Pick a side. It's up to you.
Yeah, because the world is a stage. And when you watch a movie, you can see it. You watch World War Z, all right? And you see in the whole movie, the camera follows the main characters and the main villains,
right?
You know, and then everybody else is just in the background. You know, the people who are running scared, the people who are just there, the people who are dead. That's what the majority of these people are. Right. The extras, like the scriptures say in the book of Esdras, they were born in vain.
Right.
Okay. The main characters in this show are the antagonist and the protagonist, and the antagonists are the elect, and the protagonists, the good guys are the elect, and the bad guys are Esau and his minions. Right. Okay. But the rest of these people who are just in the middle, they don't know what's going on. They'll see what's her name, Marina Abramovich, Marina Abramovich, and they don't know what's going on.
Right.
But when we see it, we know what's up. We know, okay, it's time. You gotta keep your guard up, man. You gotta, you know what I mean, stay in the spirit. When we see these devils moving, we know, all right, make sure you're fasting, make sure you're praying, make sure you're reading, make sure you're in the spirit, man. These people are just walking around clueless, man, at home, on social media, playing games. All right. And for those of you who know men of the Lord, man, whether your man might be a man of the Lord, or your friend or your cousin, you better get close to them. You better get close to them. Okay. Because the Lord is going to protect his men and those that are with him. All right. You're going to get that hedge, man. You better get close to them, man. Don't be out here trying to, oh, no, I don't believe what you're saying. It will be too late for you because you can't fend for yourself. All right. We can't fend for ourselves, but the Lord is going to vouch for us.
That's it.
All right. So you better stop playing games.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I got a quick precept. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So because the elect, Yahushua is going to step foot into this thing, man. Because if he wasn't to step foot into this thing, we're all going to be doomed. Esau's plan is to completely eviscerate this earth. You have, what, 7 billion plus people on this planet Earth? These motherfuckers said they want to bring it down to just below 500 million people. You know how many people got to die for that? We're talking billions of people. Okay, like that's like insane.
And one way is it going to do it. You can't just do it with a virus.
Nope.
That's why the Lord pronounced so much judgment. Famines.
Right.
Who's going to be doing that? Esau is going to orchestrate it. Pestilence. The CDC have these plagues for a reason. All right. They're going to shoot people down in the streets. Chaos, sedition among men. All these are going to bring about mass death. And I'm telling you, according to Amos, it says it's going to be like a man fled from a lion and a bear met him. And he ran into the house and a snake bit him. You can't survive if the Lord is not with you, man.
Right.
Okay, because there's going to be times where you won't even see it coming.
Right.
You know?
And your guns are not going to save you either. You have no weapon that Esau didn't create. First of all, he created all these things. And his level of weapons is on a whole nother level. They've been doing this for years. Exactly. So what weapon do you have that's going to stop you from these devils? There's nothing you could do but to be spiritual. If you don't have spiritual power, you are going to be dead. That's it. It's just that simple, man. Spiritual power is the only thing that could combat what these devils are going to do. And that's why your house is coming down with spiritual power.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hey, it's so bad that Archangel Michael has to step in. That's how bad it's going to be. Now, if the Archangel Michael has to step in, you know, it's like, yo, this shit is really crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know,
You ain't seen nothing yet, man.
like it's like this is like a time like never before. This is the end of this age, and Esau is not trying to go down. Just I'm gonna just take a line down. No, he's going to go down swinging. At the end of the day, he's gonna lose because of his pride. It tells you that, it says that the pride of thy heart have deceived thee. Okay, so they have this thing. They've planned it for years. They were trying to get this new order. New world order since like the 1980s, man. We're here in 2020. That's years. Like they're like, oh, what the fuck? Nah, fuck that. We ain't got time for this shit. A Messiah's coming down. We need to at least have something established. And guess what? Everything is dragging his feet. People are waking up. They're making it more and more difficult for them to just get that everyone under one hedge. So what we're gonna do? Just go full in. And that's it. No more talking. Just go in there and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a precept?
Yeah. First, you have Isaiah 59:19.
Yeah, I got that. This is a book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and in his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall lift up a standard against him."
And that's going to be the protection, the standard that the Lord is going to lift. Now it said, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, not before, but when they come in like a flood.
Right.
Because that's when the Lord is going to show his power, man. Okay, when the Egyptians were chasing down and were pressing on the Israelites and they were stuck and there was nowhere to go, that's when the Lord divided the sea for them. When they got there, he could have just said, "Oh, there you go." No, but he needed to show his power, and it's worth the while when it's at a last minute. That's why the scriptures say the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. Okay, you're gonna scarcely make it. It'll feel like, oh, and then boom, like a roller coaster.
Right.
You know, you're going down, oh, and then it comes back up.
Right, because we sometimes we think about that, be like, yo, man, I mean, I don't feel like I have spiritual power now. So what if they pull up on us? It's over. But that's part of the drama in this whole movie, man. It's supposed to be fun. Okay, that the point where it's like, yo, like this is where your faith, the more faith you have, the more money you got. Your faith is literally going to lead to your salvation. If you don't have faith, what else? What you gonna gain? What name are you gonna call? You're just gonna call upon the name of the Lord just because? No, you have to have faith in that name. That I believe this name. I know the Most High is going to listen to me. I will call upon the name in my distress and he will deliver me. You have to believe that. And if you believe that, he will be there for you. It's like a female that your shorty that you love. And then, or maybe your child. Let's just use the child example. And you tell your child, listen, you stay right here. I'll be right back. And all hell's breaking loose and your child is just standing there. Daddy, save me. So, he's believing that you're going to find a way to come get him. So what you going to do? You're going to find every single way possible, even if you have to kill 10,000 people to go get your child because you don't want to see your child die. The same thing. But
it'll be on you.
It'll be on you.
His blood will be on your hands because you told him to stay there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't come back and get him and he dies, then he died because you told him to stay right there. He stayed right there and waited for you.
Exactly. And as men, Israelite men, we have something called ego. We have something called pride. Okay, when you give a promise, and somebody believes that promise you gave, you want to fulfill that promise. You don't want to be looked at as weak. You want to look as I was strong. I said something and I did it. That's the Most High. That's how he is, man.
Yeah, he doesn't lie.
He's a jealous power. So he wouldn't want somebody to be like, oh, I believed in the Lord and he didn't deliver me. Well, what kind of Lord were you believing in? Because if you believe in the Most High himself, who doesn't lie, guess what? He'll be there for you, man. He will deliver you because he said he will. For his name's sake. King David said that. For your name's sake. All right? So that's the same thing we're in right now. We believe in the Most High because he will deliver us for his name's sake. All right?
That was it on that. One here. This is Isaiah chapter 40. I'll start at verse 29. All right. And I actually have the words. And this is why you also got to go into these words, okay, to get a better understanding of what you're reading. So I'm gonna pull it up right here. This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 29. It says, he giveth power to the faint. And to them that have no might, he increaseth strength. Now, when you look up the word increase, all right, in the Hebrew, it says rabbah, okay, which it says here, to become great, all right. It says to become many, become numerous, multiply. It says to multiply, increase, to increase greatly or exceedingly, all right. So he increases strength. He's going to increase your power beyond that of a regular, a natural man. All right, that's super strength, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he increases your strength beyond, because right now we're faint. Right now we're weak.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't, you could barely do, but your body has the capability to access hidden reserves of strength. Okay, it says, even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. Now, youths and young men are known for their strength. They're known for their ability to do things that you as an old man can't do. Okay, but even them are not going to be able to withstand what's coming in this time, man. And it says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall. Oh, now when you go into the word renew, check this out. Because guess what? When the Lord comes back, he's coming with a present, man. It says kalap. It says here, to change, substitute, alter, change for better, renew. Okay, so the Lord said, well, he's going to renew your strength. He's going to change it, make it superhuman. He's going to alter it, okay, for better. Okay, so that's like some, and that's one of the miracles this world is going to see that they have never seen before. Men performing supernatural acts.
Right.
Hell, it's hard enough for them to believe it being written in a book. So how do you think they're going to react seeing it happen in person, man?
Right.
Jaws are going to drop. Okay, eyes are going to pop wide open. Their brain is not going to be able to process it.
Right.
It says, but they that wait upon the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. That means flying. Okay. It says they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. When you look into that, it says to become fatigued. So you could run and run and run and run and run, and you ain't gonna be running at regular speeds. You're gonna be running at superhuman speeds.
Right.
Okay. Because at regular speeds you could get caught. But if you being chased and you running, and 2 seconds later you just gone. Right. And you're not even tired. That's what's gonna deliver you, man. Right. That's power.
It's power.
That's divine intervention.
Hey, and I know it's not just me, but us men of the Lord, man, we believe there's something within us that we don't feel like we panic, because when we see shit happening, we just kicking a cruise control most of the time. I speak for myself personally. I know most of the time I'm chilled, laid back, in cruise control. I don't feel like I need to exert energy or overly exert energy for anything, because I feel like when the time comes, I don't even think about the future. I just know when the time comes, I'm gonna be Gucci.
Sure.
And most brothers think that way. We don't sit there and be like, yo, man, when that time comes, man, I'll be scared, bro. We just feel like there's a power within us that we could tap into that power. Sure. We don't know when, but when that time comes, we're gonna tap into that power. So we be chilling.
It's potential.
It's a potential thing. Now, even on a lower level, when we even work out, be in the gym, whatever, there's your mind alone. We're not even talking about this. Your mind alone can lead you to do certain things that you normally wouldn't do, and you'll be shocked how your body reacts to that. Okay, but the Most High is gonna mess with our element, well, not mess, but actually increase our elemental, some type of whatever he's gonna do, spiritual power, right? And it's gonna make us do certain things that the world has never seen before. Okay, so even going back to the gym example, you be saying that, you be like, yo, I could lift this much, but I have never really done this before. Today, I'm gonna just try it. Let me see. And then in your mind, you're like, yo, I'm gonna do this, but I'm ready. In this case, if this shit drop on me, fuck it, I'm gonna just get hurt. But I'm willing to push to see how far I can go. Once you get into that mindset, what happens? Your whole energy, for some weird reason, you get this weird energy that just pushes you to finish that set. So if you about to bench 2 plates for the first time ever, some way, somehow, you're going to bench 2 plates some way, somehow. You're going to do it. For the first time, you'd be like, damn, I didn't know I could do that. But before, you'd be like, damn, 2 plates? Nah, I don't know about that. Hey, sometimes we work with brothers, and then they'll be like, nah, brother, you wiring 2 plates? Nah, I'm not doing 2 plates. And then they get on the bench, boom, they do 2 plates, and they're like, yo, oh, shit, I didn't know I could do 2 plates. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have tried it. You see? But it's something that's in there within us that we just be kick back and cruise control.
Yeah. But
when it's time for war, we get up and we're ready to go. But we're not going to exert no crazy ass energy. It's the same thing. So we're going to sit back and wait for these devils to make their move. And once they do, the Most High is going to make that call and be like, boom,
he's going to draw it out, man. You don't got to worry about, I don't even know how to throw a punch. Let me put this precept up here.
All
right. Karamya Yasharala 44, Psalms 144:1. Blessed be the Lord, my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. Spiritual power. So, yeah, just like in the book of Eli, the dude is blind, man. And he still slew all them people in there, man. Right. Like he was some chief martial artist. Now, I got a precept here real quick, all right, concerning the Lord's power, man. This is Judges chapter 15, verse 14. And it says, and when he came to Lehi, which is talking about Samson, the Philistines shouted against him. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, all right, because they had you had Israelites that had come and captured him because you know the Philistines were like, yo, Samson is causing problems, man. You got to bring him to us, or we're gonna come after Yah. So he went willingly with the Israelites. They got there, and you know the Philistines like, yeah, bring his ass over here. Let's kill him. You know, they were shouting at him. And what does that do when you in a state like that? Your blood starts pumping, and your adrenaline starts to kick in. Okay, and your spirit goes within that, man. All right. So it says, the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him. So it was the Spirit of the Lord, and it came upon him right then and there at that very moment. Right? So it says, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from off his hands, because remember, they bound him to take him.
Right.
And when he got there, he didn't even have to rip the thing, man. Just the heat and energy of the Lord's Spirit alone burnt those things off of his hands, man. Talk about some freaking supernatural Dragon Ball Z type power. Okay. And so imagine that you could see the glow in your eyes,
right.
Okay, the light in your eyes just magnify. You know, you could when it's hot and you're looking down the street and you see the waves, the heat waves. You imagine seeing that radiating off a brother, man. Okay, and you just feel the earth starts vibrating and everything. That is actual power, man.
Right. And guess what, man? Look, we don't talk for nothing, but guess what? Esau has records of all these things. These are real life events. Everything written in the scriptures, all these great men, valiant men that went to war and was killing tens of thousands of people. That stuff that was actually happening in the ancient times. Men were tougher than this. These dumbass niggas in the corners over here that got their pants down and shit. Like, yo, you give them a quick elbow and they down. Like, oh my God, yo, call the cops. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Niggas can't put their hands up. All right. But back then, men were out there doing shit with their hands, killing animals, slaying them left and right. Because there ain't no cops. Oh, I'm gonna put you in jail. No. Somebody will kill you right away. Just and it's like nothing. You had a fight, you had a problem with somebody, well, fight it out. You know, hey, when we were growing up, hey, you got a problem, well, box it out. You know, so brothers have that. You already got that valiant spirit, and sometimes even when you go out there and you teach, it comes out because it's in the spirit. So Esau knows that. He has the history records of when Jake was just fucking them up back in the times, man. The times of
Maccabees.
Maccabees. They call them what the word Maccabees means. What? Hammer. Okay, he was hammering these other nations, man. It put what they were so dreadful, all right, to the point where they were scared. These nations were scared, man.
Oh yeah,
all right, and people were like, "Yo, I'm gonna fight with this guy, man. This guy right here, I'm with him."
He had angels fighting by him, man.
He had angels fighting with him, man. These are things. This records. This is written in the scriptures. So they know they have the records of all these things, and that's why they have Jake and these lower levels, and they got Jake and trying to put vaccines in up and all these different things to weaken you because they know the strength you have. All right, back in the Philistines even knew that. Okay, they said, man, these guys got the Ark of the Covenant. Fuck, we're fucked, man. Shit, they knew that. All right, all these niggas about to lay us out. Gideon and the 300. Okay, Joshua. All these great men who went to war with all these different nations has been kept an account. Okay, they have records of all these things, man. And they know that, yo, there's a time coming, which is prophecy, that these men are going to come back here again and do the same thing. But it's going to be greater because they got angels on their side to take out this whole kingdom. You think Esau is going to sit there and just wait? No, that's why everything they're doing right now is not for the regular Jake. They don't care. It's all about the men of the Lord, the elect. So you best believe they're going to start with different states. They're going to attack different states here and there. But the main states like New York, Cali, Texas, Mississippi, Atlanta, all these different states that you got that power in, all these different countries that you got brothers who are really, really in that spirit, Esau knows. And hey, we know. And Esau also knows, okay, and that's why they're gonna have to come in with a different type of attack. Okay, they might say, you know what, let's get everybody else, and then we're gonna come in like a flood against these men because hey, we got to get ready for these niggas, you know. And they're afraid of this thing. They're afraid, but they're gonna keep fighting, and that's the spirit that the Lord's gonna put on them to do so. And guess what? It's all part of the show, baby. It's all part of the show, and we can't wait for that.
Gone.
All right,
gone. So like, you just read this. You can break it down from Samson. I'm gonna try to find the precept here.
This is a book of Judges, chapter 15, continue verse 14. It says, "And when he came unto Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed off his hands." And that's a Jake doing this, man. That's just the spirit alone, the spirit of the Lord alone that was on him caused him to do this. And that's what? Anger. Okay, anger alone can fuel you to burn something that's on your wrist, man. Continue, it says what? And he found a new jawbone of an ass and put it forth in his hand. I put forth his hand and took it and slew 1,000 men therewith. Okay, so he didn't need a gun. He didn't need a knife. He took a jawbone of an ass, man, a donkey. Okay, and he slew 1,000 men. Imagine that. And Esau has a record of all these things. It's already written in the scriptures. We have a record of it. Now, whether you believe it or not, we don't care. We know it happened, and that's why it's written of, man. All right, continuing, because it's something that's phenomenal. It's against the concept that people have today of what men can do. So when you see things like this and you read things like this, it causes fear, especially if it's not on your side, it's against you. So you gotta understand, Esau's thinking, man, these guys are about to have this kind of power, but on a whole nother level. Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that. So let's get this ready. Let's get this in motion so we could deplete their power as much as possible. But you know, Esau's carnal. This is all a spiritual war. Okay, so you could come with your guns and your laser guns, all these different shit that they have that we don't even know about. But guess what? The Lord has everything set up for us to do anyway. So we're not worried about that. Okay, continue. It says what? And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. He killed 1,000 men. What you gonna say about that? Now imagine a Jake going around killing 1,000 people. What the fuck? That's bus head right there. You know what I'm saying? Even if you had a gun to kill 1,000 people just like that, that's crazy. That's phenomenal. That's like, damn, this nigga got aim like that. Mm-hmm. But for a jawbone of an ass, you know how close you got to be. Somebody who got a sword, they probably got like a freaking a javelin. You know, they got all these different weapons and mad people all over you, and you slay 1,000. Yo, man, the Lord got to be with you to do some shit like that, man. It says, and it came to pass when he had made the end of speaking that he cast away the jawbone out of his hand and called that place Ramath Lehi. And he said, and he was sore athirst. Hey, and that's true, because sometimes when you in the spirit, when the spirit hits you and you start talking, it's like you're in a trance. You don't remember what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying. You just keep going. And then once it gets off, you be like, damn, I feel mad tired. I feel thirsty. You know, that kind of thing. But when you're in the spirit, you don't feel that, man. You don't feel thirsty. You don't feel hungry. You don't feel none of that. Okay, because it's not you. And that's why the scriptures say that what? You shall run and not be weary. Mm-hmm. Okay, because the spirit is going to be on us to the point where we're going to be running around with top speed. You want to talk about Usain Bolt? Forget about that. He's going to be like a little kid. No, those marathons he be running, that's nothing. All right, the Most High Spirit is on a man of the Lord. Yo, you're going to be on some shit like, yo, what the fuck? And the best illustration of these kind of things we talk about is when you go into these the Marvel comic movies and stuff. You watch how these so-called characters and how they have all these so-called powers and shit. Those are things that they take from the scriptures. Okay, these movie directors, they need to have a good amount of knowledge of the scriptures in order to be a creative director. Okay, in Hollywood, you need to have that, because that's where all the knowledge is from. That's where all these stories and fascinations and all these different enticing ass movies, good ass movies, they come from the scriptures. The best stories are told by the scriptures, man. And it's the best movie ever created is by the one who orchestrated for this book to be written, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And he's telling us that this is how this movie is going to play out. You see what I'm saying? So we believe this wholeheartedly because we're characters in this movie. All right, we're characters in this movie, and we know the script and we know how it's going to play out. Mm-hmm. Like you have a cast, and then you give them the script. They believe what they're doing. They're not going to say, "Oh, well, my character is going to play this, and this is going to happen," but nah, I'm gonna die in this movie, so no. Oh, I'm gonna kill 1,000 people, so no. No, this is the script, and you play a role. It's the same thing that we're doing, but in real life.
Found it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yep. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 10. There's some heat. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 10, verse 25. Mm-hmm. It says, "But when he drew near, they that were with Maccabeus, Judas Maccabees, turned themselves to pray unto the Most High, and sprinkled earth upon their heads, and girded their loins with sackcloth, and fell down at the foot of the altar, and besought him to be merciful to them, and to be an enemy to their enemies, and an adversary to their adversaries, as the Lord declareth." And that's what we pray for the Lord to be an enemy to Esau, which he already is, and to be an enemy to our enemies. Right. All right. Right. It says, "So after the prayer, they took their weapons and went on further from the city. And when they drew near to their enemies, they kept by themselves. Now the sun being newly risen, they joined both together, the one part having together with their virtue, their refuge, also the Lord for a pledge of their success and victory, and the other side making their rage leader of their battle." See, so we went to war with the Lord on our mind. They came to war with rage. "But when the battle waxed strong, there appeared unto the enemies from heaven," this is what you call divine intervention, from heaven, 5 comely men upon horses. And this is what 5 represents power.
Right.
Okay. So the Lord sent 5 angels. Okay, 5 comely men upon horses and bridles of gold, and 2 of them led the Jews, and took Maccabeus betwixt them, and covered him on every side weapons, and kept him safe. So the Lord sent 5 angels. 2 of them, one came on one side of Judas, one came on the other side of Judas. Okay, and they were protecting him as he was in the midst of war, man. So if the Lord said Judas ain't dying in this war, guess what? He sent angels down to fight the war with them. All right. It says, and took Maccabeus betwixt them, betwixt meaning between them, and covered him on every side weapon, and kept him safe, but shot arrows and lightnings against the enemies. So imagine that. You go into war and you got angels fighting on your enemy's team, man, shooting lightning bolts at you, man. You know, it says, against the enemies, so that being confounded with blindness and full of trouble, they were killed. Imagine that. You get shot, you can't see now. You fall off your horse, you get electrocuted. It says, and there were slain of footmen 20,000 and 500 and 600 horsemen. Okay. I think that was it on that point.
And like we said, look at that account. And Esau has that account. They know that. And they took a lot of stuff from here. So there's a lot of details in there that's not even given to us right now. But Esau has those accounts. All right. They have a lot of things, man. They know the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They know the power that's going to be bestowed upon the men of the Lord. So they're prepared. You look at the transportation of these army weapons that they're using, and you start to wonder, like, why so many? You don't need all this shit. What the fuck are you going to do with all this shit? To model some fat ass Jake that can't even run down the block? You don't need that. No, it's not for them. Those are easy targets. They're coming for us, man. They're coming for us, and we're ready. All right, the Lord is ready. That's why He says He's going to lift up the standard. I got another one. I'm gonna finish this off with Samson. It says, and he was sore athirst. Going back to Judges 15, verse 18, and he was sore athirst and called on the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and said, "Thou hast given this great deliverance into the hand of thy servant." Okay, so like we always give praises to the Most High. Guess what? It's the same thing. These men, we're back here again doing the same thing, man, because we know this is not of us. If it was up to us, we'd be dead a long time ago. Okay, it says, to your servant, and now shall I die for thirst and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised. He says, and now shall I die for thirst and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised. So it's the same thing. Father, you gonna let these damn devils that you hate kill us like that? We've been coming out there laboring. We believe you so hard, wholeheartedly. You gonna let these devils do that to you? No, man. We're gonna call upon your name, and I know you're going to show your power because your name is your name alone is gonna strike fear in these devils.
They can't even pronounce the name.
They can't pronounce your name, and you have to put your spirit on them for them to even fight us. So please, Father, show your hand. Hey, and Lord is not gonna let us down, man. He's not gonna let us down because of His namesake, man. Continue, says what?
But it's like if I may say, man, because you see the accounts we're reading. These were times in history. Right. And so you mean to tell me that this time, the craziest time of it all, the main event is not going to have any supernatural acts. It's not going to have any of these things. This is going to be the time that the greatest things have happened on the earth to the point of the return of Yahushua, man. Right. This is going to be the superhero blockbuster movie that's going to be spoken of for years and years and years to come, man. Forever and ever. Yeah, forever and ever, man. It says, but the Most High clave an hollow place that was in the jaw, and there came water thereout. So look at that. The Most High just creates water out of nowhere. He's just like, that what you're holding right there? Yeah, here. That's water coming out of that. That's spiritual power. The Lord can do that. You see, and we believe that. We believe there are endless ways the Lord's going to deliver us. We're not even worried about that. All right, it says what? And there came water thereout, and when he had drunk, his spirit came again, and he revived. Wherefore he called the name thereof En-Hakkore, which is in Lehi unto this day, and he judged Israel in the days of the Philistines 20 years. Okay, so this account alone, sometimes you got to go back and you read these things. That's why it tells you in Romans 15:4, everything written aforetime is written for our learning. This is our history. Yes, as so-called Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, this is our history. And sometimes you got to really think, why does Esau go so extra hard against our people? Because he understands the history, he understands the power within us, and that's why he's done so much over the years to take away our nationality, take away our thoughts and our identity,
and our spirituality. But guess what? The Lord said, "Oh, you can't do away with Israel. As long as the Lord liveth, so shall the name of Israel live, man." So you can't do away with the Most High's precious ones. You touch the apple of his eye, and that's it. He hates you. Why the fuck you think he's gonna let you rule just to do whatever you want?
Yeah.
You see, it's not gonna work, man. And Esau, you understand that, and that's why. Look, that's why you're going so hard. And guess what? It's not gonna work. You have all these plans. You're gonna vaccinate people. You're gonna have. Hey, it says it in Job. He says when he's about to fill his belly, you want to have all this transhumanism. You want to create a human technological hybrid. All these different things. Well, the Lord said he's going to create a whole different world. And you're going to be the slave for 1,000 years. And we're going to hurt you for 1,000 years. And that's coming. And, yo, you don't want to stomach it. You don't want to accept it. All this extra shit, whatever. You can go out. You can go down swinging. Regardless, you're still going down. You got to understand that your kingdom is on its last legs. It's not going to rebuild again. Trump came out with a freaking a tweet the other day. He said, "Oh, we're gonna build it again."
That's Malachi.
Build what? Exactly. What you gonna build? Your thoughts? Your emotions? You could do that. But your kingdom is going down. It's already down. You see, and you're so stupid because you destroyed your own damn kingdom, man. You dumbass bitches. You destroyed your own damn kingdom. And guess what?
Well,
the Lord is.
No,
you got it.
I was gonna say, like you said, they don't do this on the Chinese. They don't do this on Japanese. They don't do this on any other people because in history, King David was not a Chinese. He was not Japanese. Yahushua was not. All these great men came from our nation, our lineage. That's why they coming after us. That's why we are the face of this coronavirus. You know, we're the ones who are most at risk. So we're the ones who are gonna have to get heavily vaccinated. You know, we're the threat. We're the slaves. Everything is about Israel, man. Because they know all these accounts we're reading, Judas Maccabee, Samson, Isaiah, Jeremiah, King David, Yahushua, Peter, Paul, they were all from that one nation. That's why Esau has had his eye upon us from the beginning. Okay, those men are dangerous, man. Now I got a precept here because the Lord is going. That's why he's building the house of David. The house of David is a part of his army, and he's going to use that army pursuant to Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, to break down this place, man. So I'm gonna get a precept here. You got something?
No, I got Daniel.
Okay.
Can we get that?
Yeah, hold that and hold Jeremiah 51. I think starting at 20. And I'm gonna read this and we'll link it up with that. So this is Zechariah chapter 12, starting at verse 8. It says, "In that day shall the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem." The Lord is going to defend us, man. It says, "And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David." Okay, so the feeblest, skinniest, weakest, nerdiest person, you know, even you could be lame, you could be crippled. You're gonna be as David. You know what David was doing? He was killing tens of thousands while Saul was killing thousands. He was killing 40,000s. Okay, he was breaking bowls of steels with his bare hands, moving so fast as like a deer or a roe running from a cheetah. Okay, why do you think he wasn't touched in war? You don't go to war and come back unscratched unless you're fast. Okay, fast and strong, man. To where you can see them coming before, it's like they're moving in slow motion. You know,
you gotta have a certain spirit to. It says he went in before Israel, in and out before Israel, man. Meaning he was leading the battle every time. And that's why the people loved him so much and wanted to go to war with him, man. Or his men who he sent them to go get water, and they did all that shit, and then they came back and he said, "Nah, I'm not gonna drink that, man. You know, you went through all that shit. Nah, fuck that." Because they reverenced him so much because they're like, "Yo, this guy, man." Like he's putting his life on the line for the nation. And when you read the Psalms of King David, man, he wasn't a selfish guy. He was always praying about the nation. When you read the book of Psalms, the Psalms 51, he talks about that. Even though he was praying for the Lord to forgive him and his sins, he was also praying for the nation of Israel as well. That's also the tender mercies of David, man, and the tender mercies of the Lord.
That's why he was a man after the Lord, a man after the Most High's heart, man.
That's it.
Okay, to the point where he fought with them in war so much to the point where when he got older, he wasn't in his prime anymore. They had to tell him, "Look, we don't want you coming out with war with us anymore," because there was an account where he almost died. You know, where I think it was the Philistines or so. But if it wasn't for Abishai, who came in there and stepped in right in time, he would have got. You know, and they were like, "Nah, you're too old for this, man. You don't come to war with us anymore."
That's it. We got this.
Yeah. So guess what? We're gonna read about the house of David. So the Lord said, "What? And he that is feeble among them shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God." Okay, the house of David that the Lord is building is going to be as God, like a power structure. Okay, it says like here they have the navy, they have the stealth and these. No, we're talking about house of David, HOD. Okay, it says, "As the angel of the Lord before them, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. How is the Lord going to do that?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 19. It says what? Now I'm going to start at 20. It says, Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Who's that talking about? The Lord, the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, which is the house of David.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
What nations? All these nations out here, man. Psalms 83 tells you they all conspired against us. So the Lord's going to break all of them down.
Continue, says what? And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid.
And this is the takeover. This is the takeover, because when Yahushua comes back, he's coming to take this place over with his elect. Okay? We're going to go around and we're going to break in pieces the horse and his rider. We're going to break in pieces those that don't want to bow down to the Most High. All these false gods, all that is going to be broken, man. Everything, that's going to be part of the old world, man. Okay?
Hey, there's a book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. And the Lord is doing that right now. Okay? The tabernacle of David is being built. All right? It's almost finished, man.
It was a prophecy that we were going to fall. The scriptures say, except there be a great falling away first.
It says, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh, that doeth this.
So it's all orchestrated and authorized by the Lord. So ain't nothing you can do. What, you're gonna report us to the Lord? The heathens tried doing that. King David spoke about it. He said they cried even unto the Lord, and he didn't answer them. Then did I beat them small like to dust of the earth, man.
That's it. And that's what's gonna happen. You can't snitch on us, man. What we gonna do? Listen, man. What the Lord's about to do to this place, man. It's gonna be on epic proportions, man. And we have faith in that. We believe in that. That's why all this stuff that's happening, we're like the most laid back men on the earth, man. All right. All this shit that's happening is like a lion that's just chilling. He hears the other lions roaring and he's just chilling. You wait till you get into our territory, then we gonna play.
Then we talk.
Yeah, but we're not gonna come into the attack. No, the attacking is already done, which is with this word. All right, what the scripture says what? I shall turn my fishers into hunters. Okay, so a hunter, what is he doing? He's being tactical. It's a tactical assassination. And that's what we're waiting for, man. So Esau's going to make us move, do all this extra shit, be all dramatic and all this extra, oh yeah, put fear in people's minds and hearts, show a lot of, even take some of us to FEMA camps. That's okay. That's fine. We understand that.
They took Peter to prison. So what happened after that?
Exactly. You know, so all these things are going to happen. It's happened before. There's no new thing under the sun. But at the end of the day, you cannot kill the spirit of the elect. You can't do it because it's of the Most High. And if you can't kill the Most High, you can't kill us, man. That's the end of it.
That's right. That's it. Yeah. Hey, and they're mad because guess what? Like you said, we're not coming to your territory, but these scriptures are. You know, we like shooting with them spiritual arrows, and we hitting you from range. But you got that weapon. You gotta get close to get us. You know, so you keep getting hit. You like, get up in there. And the second you get up in there, you get baited to come and touch us, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai he's gonna mess you up, man. Now, real quick, put this up and then we'll continue. This is from the brother GMS Stay Woke, Leviticus 26:8. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemy shall fall before you by the sword. Okay, so guess what, man? This is the power the Lord is gonna give us. Okay. So we're not just a bunch of, oh, I went to high school with him. Oh, I was his barber. I cut his hair. Oh, I was his boss. I was his manager. Guess what? You're going to be shocked, man. You're going to be shocked. Very, very soon, the Lord is going to show it. Then shall it be known who am I chosen. Oh, the Lord's going to make you know who his chosen are.
That's it. And hey, just hope and pray that you're on his good side, man, because anyone who's not on the Lord's good side, when the doors of mercy are closed, we're not going to see you the same anymore. We're just going to see you as targets. Okay, we're going to see you as targets. The Lord's going to make us into killing machines. Okay, killing machines. All right, and it's not going to be no consequences or
in righteousness.
We're not going to be out here like, oh, well, we're just going to lay people out. No, the Lord is going to put the target on people to be laid out. Yeah, and we're going to have angels.
Yeah, you're going to have death angels.
Yeah,
death angels got your numbers.
So Esau, man, you're the main target. We don't care right now, right? Right now, you targeting us, but guess what? We're sitting ducks right now. We're waiting for you. The Lord is waiting for you to make that move. And once you do, your ass is grass because it's all bait. All right, because you're gonna overstep your boundaries because you thought you had it all figured out. And then the Lord's going to be like, well, you do realize I still control you, right?
That's right.
So there you go.
That's it.
But you got something else?
No, I don't think that was it on that. Where were you? Jeremiah 51.
Yeah, we finished that.
What verse were you on?
Let me get back to that real quick.
I think verse 23 is where we end.
Yeah.
All right, so running back from 22.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 22. It says, With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid, and I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd of his flock and his flocks a lot. And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers.
That's it. And now if you notice, all these that the Lord mentioned are all parts of a civilization. You have shepherds, you have men and women, you have captains and rulers.
Right.
That's why Jeremiah 28 and 8 says what? The prophets that have been before me prophesied both against great kingdoms of war, pestilence, and we're doing the same thing.
Right.
And soon the Lord is going to take it down, because what happened after they prophesied it? It went down. Okay, and the Lord is going to use this to bring this place down, man.
Right.
So hey, like that was pretty much it on the precepts, man. Just like we said, man, look, the time is coming when everything that you've been doing, putting your hard work, putting your faith and your trust in your Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is going to pay off. It's going to pay off, man. And you're going to see familiar faces, you know, and you're going to be like, hey, it was bound to happen, man. That those men, they did the Lord's will. So damn, like, you know,
right.
So
hey, it's all written, man. It's a script and it's going to keep playing out. All right. But we're going to close it out with this. There's a book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. And that time is now. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. So everybody who's on this planet Earth here, woe. Okay. And of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay. So now those who don't believe that Esau Edom is the devil, well, the Lord said what? He knows he has a short time, so he's gonna come down upon everyone with great wrath. Now, at this point, like the title says, you will need divine intervention from that great wrath of Esau Edom, that devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay, they have it all figured out, but the Lord has everything figured out before they did. Okay, and everything that's written off in the scriptures will be fulfilled, including the men of the Lord having spiritual power to stand up against these devils.
Absolutely,
we believe that 100%, and the Most High is going to make sure that happens because we call upon the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Hey, so look, the war has already started, man. The question is, are you on the winning side or the losing side? And like you said, it's like when you hear the people running from afar, and then you're like, yo, what's that? And then it gets louder and louder. Guess what? Yeah, the shouting is already started. They're already coming.
Now you feel the ground shaking. You hear the troops are coming, like, you're like, fuck, man, you hear that shit? Yo, are we prepared for this shit, man? Oh my God, you know? And you know they're coming, and it's not like you don't hear a pause. It just keeps getting louder and louder. You see the dust that keeps coming on and on and on. You're like, oh man, here we go. And now the time is here.
Yep.
All right.
That's the prophecies, man. So, hey, with that, we're going to hear, man, the moral is have faith, man. Have faith, all right? And that's how the Lord's going to deliver you. Okay, so with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.